Hey guys, my name's Ashley. A few of you have reached out to me and suggested that I do a video blog, so I really don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to kind of wing it, so we'll see how this goes. I was recently diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. I'm a single mom, 33, I have two wonderful boys. They're my whole world. And this has been a lot to go through and take in, but so many of you have been there for me, and I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Like every text message, phone call, Facebook message, sharing my GoFundMe, donating, the fundraisers. My work did a huge fundraiser for me. That was amazing. I bawled my eyes out all day long. Like I said, it's been emotional. So first off, I was just going to kind of start from the beginning and let you guys know like how I found out, what's going on, and where we're at now. So probably in February of this year, I kind of started having symptoms. I can relate things back to probably like a year and a half or 2 years ago. They just got worse. Like the last few months, I started getting like headaches, migraines, dizziness, extreme fatigue, loss of balance. I was tripping. I was tripping over nothing. Like I was really tripping. Like nothing was there, and I just kept like stumbling. My feet were kind of getting in the way. Wasn't really sure. I tried to get words out, and like my brain was moving, but nothing was coming out my mouth, kind of deal. And a few of you noticed too. Like they came into my work and they're kind of like, "Hey, you're not your usual self. Like what's up?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm good." But I wasn't good. I had been to the doctor, probably every week for 8 weeks straight. Oh, my eye was twitching. It was like twitching back and forth. I was about ready to chop my eyelid off. I was really forgetful. I can't even name all the symptoms, you guys. Like it was insane. I was losing my mind. So I went to the doctor. We did every test possible. We did a ton of blood work. All that came back normal. I think I did like 4 EKGs in 1 week. I did x-rays, ultrasounds of everything, and everything was coming back normal. So our next step was the MRI. And I get in there and I'm just kind of like, okay, here we go, like another test, you know? And the guy's like, "Hey," I was super tired that day. Like I napped through my MRI basically. And he was like, "Don't worry, like you don't need to stress out about this." And I was like, "I'm not, guy. Like I'm good. I just want to take a nap. Like get me in there." They put me in there, put this huge like contraption on, you know? And he's like, "I know it's kind of scary." And I was just like, "No, I'm good. Like I just want to sleep at this point." I think no, maybe I wasn't at work. I don't remember. Anyway, so I went and I did it, and the guy's like, "It'll be about 30 minutes, but don't worry, 75% of the time, everything's normal. Like, it's not a big deal." So I was like, okay, cool. So I totally, like, didn't think anything of it, like, thought I was in the clear. A few things that we had already, like, tested and ruled out. Number one was vertigo. I thought for sure I hadn't had any ear infections or anything, but like with the dizziness, I'm like, it has to be, like it's vertigo, right? I mean, I'm no doctor, but it has to be, okay? It wasn't. A couple other things we looked into was like lupus, MS, gosh, I don't even remember like everything we tested for. Valley fever, like just random things that I didn't even have symptoms for. It was just, we were just trying to figure out something and like head in some sort of direction. It's kind of frustrating, like, meanwhile, you know, like I'm trying to be a mom, and I was tired and I just wanted to sleep all the time, and it was hard to make dinner, and it was hard to pick up kids, and I just kind of thought like at that point, am I crazy? Am I being dramatic? Like we all know I can be, you know, but I just didn't know, like something felt wrong and nothing was adding up. So I was at work, probably about a week after the MRI, and my primary care, sorry you guys, like sometimes I kind of lose my train of thought, or it's hard for me to get words out, kind of stumble across things. So anyway, I am at work, my primary doctor calls me, and 4 missed phone calls. I had 4 missed phone calls from her. And then I was kind of like, oh, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. Typically, I can't have my phone on me at work. And so I didn't have it on me. And I checked it when I went on break, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have got to take a break right now. I need to figure out like what's going on, you know? By the way, how is this short hair? Isn't it weird? It's super weird. Like I'm not used to like short hair. Anyway, so she called me, I called her back, and she's like, you need to come in. I have your results for your MRI. So I'm like, okay, I'll come in a few days, whatever. She's like, no, you need to come in now. So I'm like, I'll be off work in like 10 minutes. I'll be there. So I called my mom, and I was kind of freaking out a little bit, trying to finish up my work, but I was like, in my head, had mentally prepared for multiple sclerosis. Like, this is kind of what the doctor and I had talked about the week before. Like, these are most of my symptoms. So yeah, I mentally prepared myself for that. But then I went in there, I got there at the doctor, I'm by myself, my mom's on her way. And the doctor called me back, and she's like, do you have somebody with you? And I was like, well, my mom's coming, but it's cool, just give me the results, you know, thinking it's going to be MS. And I already knew, you know, and she's like, you have a brain tumor. And I'm like, wait, what? No, like that wasn't an option, you know, in my head, that wasn't. Like, we had ruled out so many different things, but like we never talked about a brain tumor. Like, I didn't even think about that, you know? And I was just kind of like, okay, so what now? Like, what's the next step? What do we do? My mom gets there, my mom comes in, and so she explained everything to my mom too, and of course she cries, and I cry, because my mom's crying, you know, we're all crying. So she's like, I'll leave you alone, and kind of stepped out, you know, and we just kind of like took it in for a second. It was hard to hear, but I was ready to like get rid of all these symptoms. Like, okay, now that I kind of felt a relief, you know, like now that we have a diagnosis, like let's do something with this. So we left, and I had called her like a week later and was like, I didn't ask you any questions. Like, I don't even know, like, how big is this thing? Where is it located? Like, what do we do? And so she basically referred me out to the neurologist, a neurosurgeon. I had all these referrals to all these different places. The CBCC was the big one, was the cancer center that kind of got the ball rolling. At this point, like, we didn't know if it was cancer, but we just kind of had to like head in some sort of direction, and they are amazing, by the way. So I had an appointment with the neurologist already because of all the headaches and everything, but the neurologist was out of the country for like a month, and I'm like, I'm not waiting a month to get rid of these headaches. So she prescribed me, oh my gosh, I don't even know, Meclizine, like seasickness, Dramamine, you know, Bonine or whatever, like that's what she prescribed me. And I was like, what? That's just gonna make me sleepy, and I gotta be a mom, like I can't. So like every day I'd come home, like I'd get my kids, whatever, I'd come home, and I just kind of suck it up. But I really started forgetting things, like not even typical things. Like, you know, when you drive to the store and you come out of the store and you're like, hey, where's my car? I forgot where I parked. Like, everybody does that. Like, don't say you don't. I know everybody does that. I did it on the daily. Like, my memory is just horrible to begin with. But like, this was like, how did I drive to the store? Which way did I go? Did I run a red light? Like, where's my car? What am I driving? Like, I did not remember anything. It was so crazy. So I was trying to explain that to we saw a couple different neurologists, a couple different neurosurgeons, just to see somebody that like I was comfortable with and who my oncologist recommended as well. So we narrowed it down to a couple people. And so I have a team working with me, which is awesome. But yeah, so that team, sorry, totally just blanked right now. I have a team working with me. The neurosurgeon was like, we need to get in, we need to test this ASAP, right? So we need to see like what's going on. So I had a brain biopsy, and he's like, yeah, we're just gonna go in, drill in your head, you know, and be done. So in my head, I'm literally thinking like, go in and drill and like just be done. Like, no big deal. I told my coworkers, I'll be back to work in a month, like no big deal. And they all laughed at me like that. But For real, like thought that's what was going to happen. And this is not going to be the case at all. Like, of course, like I got to be dramatic and, have this like full blown out case where it's like, it's going to be long. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long journey. But like, I'm super, super thankful for like everything. I feel super blessed. My kids have been so helpful, super understanding about everything. My daycare has been amazing. My work's been amazing. My family's been here almost every single day. My best friends have been here like from out of town, helping take care of me, coming over, baking me cookies. I mean, just the sweetest people ever. People that I didn't even think like would reach out for me, like have been there for me. Like it's been amazing just to see like who my real friends are, so I super appreciate you guys. But yeah, so we go in. It was not like a little drill in the head. It was like, I'm gonna cut you open, pull you open, drill in there just to get a little biopsy. I woke up with like a massive, like everything shaved all on the side of my head here. My hair's falling out by the handfuls. Like I probably stress, medication, anesthesia, like everything. It's just falling out. My kids are like, Mom, why is your hair everywhere? So, yeah, that explains the new do here. It'll grow. It's hair. It's cool. It'll grow back. I got a shave spot like right on the top of my head from you guys, I had a robotic surgery. Robotic. Like, this is insane. Like a robot, like went in my head, drilled in there, got this biopsy. Like, absolutely insane. Super cool. Technology is amazing. Doctors are amazing. Recovery was hard. It was hard to sleep. It's on the back of my head, hard to lay back, hard to ride in the car, bumping, stopping and going. It has been difficult. Doctor's appointments almost on the daily. It's been exhausting to say the least. Yeah, so this is my journey so far. This is what's going on. We've kind of like gone in some sort of direction. From now, I'm being referred to USC because, like I said, I gotta be dramatic, have this complicated case. They can't go in and remove it because if they did, I could possibly lose my speech. And the whole like right side of my body could be paralyzed. But I am young, and they did say that there was like chance to get that back if that did happen. But I'm being referred out to USC. My biopsy is at UCLA right now, so either one of those hospitals are amazing. USC has the best neurosurgery center like in the nation, and it's 2 hours from me. Like, how amazing is that? Like, I just feel extremely blessed, like, for everything. Getting emotional already. Yeah, so I'm being referred out, and gonna kick this tumor's booty.